Hi there and welcome to today's video. Happy New Year and welcome to 2022. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about goal setting, which I believe it's imperative to have when you are trading or basically as a trader. If you notice in terms of elite athletes, people who go to the Olympics, World Championships, or any form of high elite type of competitions, they're going to create a plan. As part of the plan is a goal that they need to fulfill mentally, physically, and technically. My opinion, I believe in trading is also the same. So the first step that I would recommend for you to do is to look at your trading results for 2021. You go through from January all the way to December and you look in terms of what worked and what didn't work. So firstly, what worked for you when it comes to trading each and every month? So, for example, maybe perhaps what worked for you is your following your own set of rules, following the rules of the trading methodology. And also perhaps what worked for you is simply your values like patience or discipline. And then I want you to focus on number two is simply on what didn't work for you. So what didn't work is simply that if you go through all your trading results and if you look in terms of the losses, what is it that made you lose when it comes to that trade? Maybe perhaps you been in a fearful state and you got impulsive and hence you micromanage the account, or maybe perhaps you are afraid of losing, or maybe perhaps you had a fear of executing. But mainly if you lost, and also by the way, also with greed and also the righteousness aspect. So by going through all these and looking in terms of what worked and what didn't work, you would be able to identify key habitual practices than what you're doing. So in most cases, we self-sabotage our own level of success without even us being aware of it. In most cases, we are asleep when we're actually trading, unless you are awake. When I say awake, you are more in a space of awareness where you are, specifically in terms of your level of thought within that moment. So that being said, if you're not being aware of what you're doing and you're self-sabotaging yourself in terms of your wins or your losses, the question is why. So this is where also you go deeper in terms from a subconscious perspective, finding what your limiting beliefs are. Maybe perhaps you have a limitation when it comes to success. Maybe you have a limitation when it comes to money, depending on your relationship with money. Maybe perhaps you're not trading for profits. Maybe you're trading for righteousness. Maybe you're trading for not wanting to lose. So all these things plays a very big factor. And then from there is creating what we call a behavioral goal. So for example, if righteousness is part of a self-sabotaging mechanism, then your goal as part of a behavioral goal, when awareness kicks in, is simply identifying that you're in a righteous state and creating a supporting belief that losing is part of the game and that it is a great opportunity for learning when you're losing. So by changing that mindset from a limiting to a supporting creates a big impact when you're going to be trading. So when the same event will happen, and for argument's sake, you bought something, you went long, and you can see that the price is actually dropping and you can feel it. So rather than holding your positions in because you want to win, rather than losing, you can identify that and and you can feel it that it's going to drop. So you close the position and you go with the price movement on the way to the downside. So that's from a behavioral goal perspective. On a technical goal, is simply identifying what needs that you need to improve on technically. Perhaps you need to know more about price movement. Maybe perhaps you need to know more about supply and demand. Perhaps you need to tweak a couple of things through multiple time frame analysis and so forth. So by identifying all these as well, and also with risk management and money management, then you would be able to change that behavioral pattern from an emotional or mental component all the way from a technical component. All right, so that is simply the whole process. I used to use the SMART method, which is simply means that you need to be very specific, measurable, achievable, results-oriented, and timely frames. From this process, on the other hand, by identifying what's really the root source of what's causing you to lose, and then you create and by going through all the trades that you went through that were basically successful, and then through there, when you're following each and every single step consistently, then you're changing the behavioral pattern, and it will be able to achieve whatever goals that you want to achieve, whether monetarily wise or whether from a mental game wise as well, technically and physically. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel if you like it. If you have any questions based on what we discussed today and you wanted to go further with that, please email me at contact@estetrader.com. All the informations are actually below. And if you want one-on-one coaching or you want to join our trading community via Telegram, check the link below and just subscribe, and it's free. All right, thank you so much for listening. Happy New Year. I wish you all the very best for 2022. Keep it up. Don't quit. Be persistent. Take care until next time. Happy trading. Bye now.